Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're shining a light on a hidden, silent thief that is more than likely stealing power right out from under you on your off-grid farm solar installations. We're going to dig right into some actual, real-world data to uncover the truth about agricultural dust buildup and show you exactly how it's secretly sabotaging your power supply.
So think about it. Is dirt quietly killing your off-grid power? You know, solar systems rarely fail just because a panel physically snaps in half, right? Instead, they usually lose production slowly, quietly, from contamination that we barely even notice, especially during those long dry seasons. You know the ones around the feed storage, livestock pens, those dusty cultivated fields. That dirt is constantly accumulating, and honestly, it is quietly starving your power. And this brings us to the ultimate, frustrating mystery for so many off-grid owners. You go out, you test your system, and on the surface, everything looks totally fine. Your voltage meter gives you a big thumbs up, but for some reason, your battery bank is just constantly dying. Your water pumps are sluggish, maybe your security lights are flickering or just completely failing. Why on earth is that happening if the voltage is perfectly good?
Well, to answer that, let's jump right into Section 1, the farm dust problem. Let's look at why the agricultural environment is just so uniquely tough on solar.
Look, farm dust is absolutely not the same as your average city dirt. Out here, we're dealing with an aggressive cocktail of fine soil particles, sticky fertilizer residue, airborne feed dust, pollen, and even animal shed particles. And during the dry season, this stuff doesn't just rest lightly on the glass, it bakes on and bonds tightly to your panels. When that happens, it starts dragging down literally everything your solar array powers, from your electric fencing straight through to your ventilation fans.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, the Great Voltage Myth. This is absolutely crucial, folks, because we need to debunk the single biggest misconception in solar maintenance today.
The whole mystery starts making sense when we look at the fundamental science of solar power. It all boils down to one simple equation. Power equals voltage multiplied by current, or P equals V times I. What does that actually mean for us? Well, it means if you're only checking your voltage to see if a panel is healthy, you are quite literally only seeing half the picture. You're flying completely blind on the other half.
And here's the real kicker. When dirt blocks sunlight, it stops those light particles, the photons, from ever reaching the solar cells inside. This physically starves the flow of electrons, which means your current drops incredibly fast. But, and this is the dangerous part, your voltage, it stays completely stable. It's incredibly deceptive. It looks perfectly normal on a multimeter. So remember, the dirt blocks the current, not the voltage.
Which perfectly tees up Section 3, current, power, and bottlenecks. Let's see how just one dirty panel can set off a massive domino effect.
There's a golden rule when you're dealing with series-connected strings. Current is limited by the weakest panel. It's kind of like a chain only being as strong as its weakest link. If you have a whole row of panels wired together, and just one, literally just one, gets plastered with feed dust or bird droppings, that single panel bottlenecks the current for the entire system. Crazy, right?
And because agricultural dust rarely settles perfectly evenly, you know how it is, the wind blows or a bird decides to target one specific spot, you end up with partial shading. And this uneven mess, it causes those severe current bottlenecks, intense localized hotspots that can literally bake the panel, cell mismatch, and it forces your bypass diodes to activate. Believe it or not, this uneven, patchy dirt actually causes way more damage and power loss than just a nice, even layer of light dust.
So, let's put some numbers to this in Section 4, real-world wattage loss. Time to look at some hard electrical measurements. Check out these controlled measurements taken by Solar Circuit 360 right out in stable, real-world farm conditions. Take a look at the before cleaning voltage compared to the after cleaning voltage. Notice anything? It barely moves an inch. But look at the current and the overall wattage. The second that panel is safely cleaned, boom, there's an undeniable, massive spike in the charging current. That right there is your missing power finally being restored to your batteries.
This is exactly why your MPPT, your maximum power point tracking controllers, are worth their weight in gold. They're constantly hunting for maximum power. So as your available power drops because of panel dirt, your MPPT current drops right along with it, and your battery charging noticeably slows down. If you know what to look for, your controller is practically screaming at you, exposing these dirt losses in real time.
And the reason we care so much is because this all compounds. It goes back to the basic relationship. Energy equals power multiplied by time.
Sure, a tiny drop in your daily wattage might not feel like a massive disaster on a random Tuesday. But when you multiply that small loss across all the daylight hours, and then over the weeks or even the whole dry season, it compounds into a massive energy deficit. No wonder your batteries are running dry.
All right, so how do we fix it? Section 5, Safe Cleaning Procedures. Because trust me, cleaning your panels the wrong way can actually be so much worse than just leaving them dirty.
If you want to protect your investment, you really have to follow these specific steps. First, always clean in the early morning or late evening to avoid the heat of the day. Second, stick to a very soft brush or a microfiber cloth. Solar panels have these highly specialized anti-reflective coatings on them, and if you go at them with a rough scrub brush, you're going to permanently scratch the glass and just ruin your efficiency anyway. And third, never, ever, under any circumstances, use a pressure washer.
I cannot overstate this. The risks of doing this wrong are severe. If you spray freezing cold water onto a panel that's been baking in the midday sun, you get thermal shock, and the glass will just shatter. High-pressure water? That's going to force its way straight into your cable glands and junction boxes, completely corroding them over time. Not to mention the slip and fall hazards. Oh, and here's a big one. These arrays remain fully energized as long as there is sunlight. Introducing water to an active system actively increases your risk of a DC arc flash or a serious electrical shock. So please, be incredibly careful.
Now, I know some of you might be thinking, hey, I'll just wait for a good rainstorm to wash it all away. Let me stop you right there. Relying on rain is simply not enough in an agricultural environment. If your panels are mounted at a flatter angle, they catch dirt way faster, and that thick crust on the bottom edge or, those stubborn, sticky bird droppings, they just don't wash away in the rain. Getting out there for a routine visual inspection during the dry season is absolutely mandatory.
So, that leaves us with one final, very important question for you to chew on. When was the very last time you went out and actually checked your charging current and not just your voltage? Next time things seem a little sluggish, before you assume your batteries are totally shot and go spend thousands of dollars on a replacement, go measure your current. You might just catch the quiet killer of your off-grid power before it's too late. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay safe out there and stay curious.